Welcome, ladies, ladies, and gentlemen, to Sunday Sessions, A Thousand Words. I'm your host with the most, Ronnie Big Bang Nicole. Sunday Sessions is not just a podcast, but it is a deep dive into the lives of the professional wrestlers you know and love. Some say a picture's worth a thousand words. And so on Sunday Sessions, A Thousand Words, we dive into one photo that holds meaning to the professional wrestlers you know and love. We're not only highlighting a specific point in their career, but we're also diving into what makes them them and giving you a peek behind the curtain, so to speak. I am joined today by the bruiser, the incomparable, battle worn, multifaceted, my bro, and the bro of PA, Brohemoth.
Hey, what's
Welcome
up?
to the
What's up? What's up?
show.
It's the Gigabyte Grizzly. Always ready to pull up with the big bang. Let's go.
It's so good to see you.
I know it's been a minute,
It has been a minute. It
right?
has been a minute. So it really is good to see your face and to see you doing well and to see you, well, I don't want to spoil it, but to see you being so successful.
I thank
So
you.
I'm really excited that you're here.
I
Thank you for
appreciate you
joining
for
us.
having me. Glad to be
Yes.
here.
For those who don't know you, though, like I do, can you give them your brief elevator pitch? Give us who you are, your pronouns, and a little bit about you and your wrestling life.
Oh, to start off, my pronouns is I'm him. I
Hey,
am the
hey.
50,000 megapixel video game monster. I am him. I am the Gigabyte Grizzly. I am
Hey,
Pittsburgh's biggest monster and worst kept secret because I don't ever shut the hell up.
hey. And where can people find you, bro? On what are your socials?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Brohemoth TFB, and I believe it's the Bronomaly on Facebook.
Nice. And are there any events or anything that you want to plug before we get started so people can make sure they keep up with everything you're involved in?
February 28th
Mm,
is 880s Misconnections 4.
okay. And this isn't that the Valentine show?
Yes, that is our Valentine's show.
Yes. Okay. Because I was like, I feel like I saw a flyer for that, maybe.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So make sure if you're in the area, please pull up and support. You never know who you're going to see at 880. And we've had a lot of actually 880 talent on, which is awesome.
Right.
Okay, bro. So let's dive in. A thousand words. We have been round and round in terms of adventure in PA, but this picture that you actually brought is something that's new to me. So, Sorg, if you will throw up the photo for everyone, tell me what this
Uh,
is that we're looking at.
this was WDWA. I believe it was 2023, maybe
Okay.
22, but it was the first time I got to wear gear made by my mother, not only just the overalls, but as well as my entrance mask at the time. So, like, this picture always means a lot to me because it makes me look larger than life.
Yeah. And having your mom be a part of your wrestling journey, especially in such a significant way, what does that mean to you? What has that
Uh,
meant for you?
it means the world to me because, like, my mom is probably my biggest supporter. Though she
Yeah.
doesn't like to see me get hurt or beat up, but like she has been team bro since day one.
And so, tell me what promotion this was? Will you
This
put it
was
back up for us, Sorg?
World Domination Wrestling Alliance. I believe they run out of Inglewood, West Virginia now.
Okay. And do you remember who you were working?
I do. Triple Fears Kevin Mears.
How was that match?
As good as it could be, but it was a good time. It was a good time. It had introduced. It was the day they introduced their brand new championship, and the first person he defended it against was yours truly.
Yeah. You are a bit of a workhorse actually in the PA area. A lot of times, if there's somebody who needs to be looked after, if there is somebody who needs to look good against a formidable opponent, they usually call you in. Why do you think
I,
that is?
I take my craft very, very seriously. I'm very, very passionate about this. So like a lot of people have the mentality where like I gotta look good. I gotta look good when it's a dance. Like we gotta work together. If only one person looks good, the other person's looking dumb. And like I can't be looking dumb. Like I just can't. Like I take this craft way too serious for me to be out there looking stupid, and I just refuse to do that. And
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people know that like if you gotta face me, I'm gonna make it the most believable fight you've ever had.
Hmm. Yeah.
Whether win, lose, or draw, I'm gonna look good, but you will too, depending on your outcome. Well, not depending on your outcome. Whether you win or you lose, you stand across from me, you're gonna look good.
Yeah. Do you find that the art of doing that has changed from when you broke in to now?
I wouldn't say it's changed. It's definitely become regularly available because like COVID let a lot of people with a phone or a camera put some things out there because like that was one of my favorite things to do when I was sitting at home after surgery that year was just watching the dumpster fires of matches that got put on, whether it was Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. It's like, did nobody tell them like nobody's a friend in this video? Because like if I'm looking that stupid out there in the ring, I want somebody to tell me.
Right. Yeah. So take me back to even before this photo, when you first broke into the business. What have you seen that has changed drastically and what has stayed the same for you?
Uh, Things have changed drastically. Is like I said the availableness of wrestling. Like
Mm,
literally just in Pittsburgh alone, there's 4 or 5 major promotions as well as the 10 or 11 in the outer area that are getting well, I would say notoriety. Some
yeah.
not all press is good press, but some people work
Fair.
with it. But
Yeah.
something that's definitely stayed the same is I wouldn't say it's the same, but like it's definitely like a lot of the gatekeeping. There's a lot of
Mm,
people who would much rather use you as a stepping stone instead of, hey, here's a ladder, come up to the promised land with me. And that's one reason I've
right.
learned to love you so much because you have
Oh,
always been like, hey, you want a chance? I got it. You want to pull up and get it? And you know I'm always going to say yes.
oh, bro. That
Because
was
I'm not
unexpected.
going to lie.
Okay.
I
Thank
was
you.
driving down for your show
Yeah.
and you literally texted me that morning and was like, hey, something came up. I need you to wrestle twice for me. And I'm like, okay,
Yes.
who is it? And like, because of you, I got to wrestle 3 of the best in North Carolina in a single night. I went one on one with the Infinite Man. And then me and Aleo went toe to toe with Bojack and Diego Hill. And I
Yeah.
never really got to truly say thank you for that.
Oh. Feelings and emotions. I'm a thug. Okay. Thank you. I am receiving that. Thank you. Very unexpected. Leave it to you, bro, to catch me off guard.
Uh,
Um, but I do appreciate that. I find that there aren't a lot of people doing what you said, even now, still.
yeah,
There are people who are not trying to find ways to make sure everybody can eat and everybody can perform and show their artistry. And I think it's really um, disappointing. I think there's a lot of opportunity in collaboration, and it doesn't mean that your product has to, take a backseat to anyone else's ideas or anything like that. There's a lot of beauty in coming together to provide this beautiful, brutal art to people in different and interesting ways.
uh,
And I feel like there's a lot of folks still stuck in
the
the
'80s.
yeah, the territory days and in the
And
cutthroatness
I will
of
say the same
that
way.
time.
There's nobody who's telling me where I can't work unless you're paying contract money. Shut the hell up.
And you know what? I think there's also a lot of people who
It's, people are just glory hounds. People can't.
they yeah,
They
they
can't
buy
share.
into that.
They can't share the fact that like I'll tell right now, 880 has become something so great because MV Young has just you want to work, show up. And
Yeah.
that's such a great attitude to have. Like so many places were like, "Oh, I came from this prestigious school. I can't be here with you guys." I was like, "Okay, fuck you. You don't want to work." Like I'm always looking for a new challenge. I'm always up for a new challenge, and like if you work the same people, you don't get new challenges. Like
Right.
you
And
can
there's
only
something
look.
to be said. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm saying you can only look so many. So you can only look so good working the same person over and over again.
Yes. You took the words out of my mouth. There's something to be said about working the same match with the same little group and you guys changing it up versus you having to expand and be with someone you've never met before
Oh,
who's been trained in a completely different way, and you really have to put your skill, your training to the test to protect yourself, to protect them, and to deliver a high quality match. And
of
that's really a
course,
testament to your ability. And
absolutely.
sometimes I think people might be a little scared, right? Because
I mean,
it
scared
does
money
call
don't
you to
make
the
money.
carpet.
Sca-
Oh,
like
that's true.
you
That's
can't be scared. Like it's a
Yeah.
contact sport. It's a physical dance. Like this isn't made for the weak-hearted or the frail. Like you
No.
got to be tough. You got to have tough skin. Because I've had a lot of people try to drag me down, and all I gotta say is, "Look at me now, bitch." Like you ain't stopping nothing. Like I'm gonna do it no
See?
matter what. Whether I gotta drive like I say all the time, people will travel for one or two reasons. Either they can't work where they come from or they need something new. I got ADHD. I
Yeah.
can't wrestle the same person over and over again unless we're doing something different.
Right.
I get bored
Yeah.
very, very easily. And when I get bored, I go back to my basics, which is throwing people. So like entertain me or I'm just gonna throw you.
Yeah. And it's good to also be able to get out and see those different regional ways that people
Oh
wrestle. One
yeah.
thing that I loved was when I was up in PA and in the Mid South was the different ways that wrestling was approached because it's Tennessee and Kentucky is different from Ohio and Indiana and Illinois and it's different from Louisiana and Georgia
My
and
favorite
North and South
place to work,
Carolina, you know?
Macomb, Illinois. Like Destination Six. Like that place has such a vast like blend of styles. Like you've got high
Mm,
flyers, you've got big guys, you've got workhorses, you've got girls who are ready to go toe to toe with anybody. Like that place, it always fuels my inspiration to want to keep being better. Like I never want to give a crowd the same match I gave them the last time they saw me.
yeah.
'Cause
And that's a testament to you as a phenomenal entertainer, bro. Because I can say any match that I've ever seen of yours, you always bring something new and fresh. Even with your physical style, it's not flat.
oh no,
And it's not the old, I'm a big brawler and all I can do is body slam
I've
you. Like
always been a
it's
different big man.
cool.
Like yeah,
Yeah. And I love
yeah.
that.
I am physically imposing. Don't get me wrong, but I'll fly before you blink. Like I will bring something you've never seen before. Like I am one of a kind, and I aim to be one of a kind.
Yeah.
Why
And I
fit
think
in
that
when you can
also
stand out?
exactly. And when you talk about standing out, do you ever think about how where you came shaped you,
Definitely.
like outside of
Oh
wrestling?
yeah, like
So, so we talk about here on A Thousand Words, where you come from and the place that shaped you, and tell us about the place that you originally came from, your name, your street, and your heritage, and how has that all played into you as Brohemoth?
my heritage is I'm 100% African American. Uh, my mother, the champion that she is, birthed me in Virginia Beach, Virginia. But the street that made me was 2605 Laketon Road, where I've been for the better part of 5 or 6 years now. It's my home base for where I started this journey I call wrestling.
Yeah.
I remember coming home battered and bruised, and my mom's asking me, "Are you going to quit today?" I was like, "No, you didn't raise me to be like that. I couldn't quit if I wanted to."
How has that place factored into your journey when you are weary on the road? What is that place to you when you come home or go home to it?
It's it's home. I know whether I've been on the road a weekend, a day, an hour or so. Like my mom's gonna ask me, "How was it? Did you put your heart into it? Did you try your best?" And I'm always gonna tell her yes.
With your mom being such an incredible support system and being at this location with you, What would you say to people who may not have that same support system as they're chasing this dream?
You're never alone. I'm not hard
Mm,
to find. If you ever need somebody to talk to, trust me, I talk a fucking lot. Look me up. If you ever just need somebody to hear your story, or because I tell my friends all the time, I'd much rather hear your problems than read your obituary.
mm,
Because
yes,
sometimes it might be a lot, but it gets a lot easier if you just let it out. Say how you feel, scream, cry, let it out. Because pent up emotions are hesitation, pent up emotions, anything of holding back or hesitating is an easy way to wind up hurt, especially in this sport.
you're right. 1,000%. Not being able to make a split second decision in the ring is the line between life or death. And making that split second choice to reach out versus isolating can also be a lifeline between life or death. So I think that is incredible advice, especially for a time such as now.
Welcome back to Sunday Sessions Black Wrestling History. Today we are highlighting Ricky Waldo. Some wrestlers leave behind championship belts and television footage. Others leave behind newspaper fragments, short columns, canceled match notes, advertisements, all scattered across port cities that once formed the backbone of global wrestling travel. Ricky Waldo belongs to that second category. He does not appear in modern wrestling encyclopedias with lengthy biographies. He does not have a preserved television legacy. What we have instead is a brief but significant archival trace that places him inside a mid 20th century international wrestling network connecting Manila and Singapore. That trace is enough to begin reconstructing his place in professional wrestling history. The clearest surviving documentation comes from a November 16, 1958 issue of the Straits Times in Singapore. In a short notice regarding a canceled wrestling match, the paper states, tonight's wrestling between King Kong and American Negro Ricky Waldo was canceled owing to rain. Waldo will return to Singapore next week from Manila. This single paragraph provides several concrete facts for us. That Ricky Waldo was identified in the press as an American wrestler. He was identified racially in the language of the period as an American Negro, and he was booked in Singapore in a featured bout against an opponent named King Kong, a known attraction name in regional wrestling circuits. He was traveling between Manila and Singapore, and his return from Manila was anticipated as part of the promotional schedule. Although brief, this documentation confirms that Ricky Waldo was not a peripheral figure. He was advertised in advance, matched against a headline level opponent, and considered important enough that his travel schedule warranted public mention. By the 1950s, Southeast Asia had an active wrestling exhibition circuit centered around major port cities. Manila, influenced heavily by American military presence and post war U.S. Philippine relations, hosted boxing and wrestling programs that blended sport and spectacle. Singapore, still transitioning from British colonial rule towards self governance, had venues like Happy World Stadium that regularly hosted touring wrestling attractions. These circuits were not formally governed territories like those of the National Wrestling Alliance in the U.S. Instead, they operated through promoter relationships, shipping routes, and cross border booking arrangements. Wrestlers who moved through these cities were typically experienced enough to travel internationally, recognizable enough to anchor main events, and trusted by promoters to draw crowds in unfamiliar markets. The Straits Times reference to Waldo's return from Manila indicates he was actively working that Philippine circuit prior to his Singapore booking. That also suggests that he was not simply passing through, that he was a part of the established regional rotation. The way the newspaper identified Waldo is historically significant. The descriptor, American Negro, was not incidental. Mid century English language newspapers across colonial and post colonial Asia frequently marketed black athletes racially in headlines and advertisements. This labeling functioned as both identification and marketing. Black wrestlers were often framed as exotic, powerful, or formidable in promotional copy. Their race was foregrounded as a spectacle marker, while their biographical details, birthplace, training, lineage, career trajectory, were rarely recorded with equal care. The record preserves that asymmetry. Waldo's race is documented, his interior life is not. This pattern mirrors what we have seen with other wrestlers such as Celie Samara in Singapore in 1952, where headlines repeatedly emphasized first Negro wrestler while leaving personal history sparse. The difference is that Samara's run was documented over months, whereas Waldo currently appears in briefer, smaller fragments. Even in fragmentary form, Ricky Waldo's record is important. He represents part of a pattern. Black American wrestlers traveling internationally decades before modern globalization narratives. Long before wrestling brands branded themselves as global entertainment companies, individual black wrestlers were crossing oceans, working port cities, and sustaining circuits that connected the Pacific world. Waldo stands in a lineage that includes black wrestlers working European circuits in the 1930s, Celie Samara's extended Singapore run in 1952, and other mid century performers who moved through colonial and post colonial entertainment economies. His story reinforces a broader historical truth. Black wrestling history was never geographically confined. Unlike figures whose careers intersected with dramatic political events, such as Jim Wango's collision with Nazi ideology, Ricky Waldo's preserved history is quieter. It appears in cancellations, previews, and short notices rather than scandal or legal battles, yet even those brief lines are powerful. They show a working professional wrestler traveling internationally in 1958, booked in main events, moving between Manila and Singapore with enough prominence to be publicly tracked. The absence of additional documentation does not diminish that fact. It highlights the need for continued archival work, especially in Philippine newspaper holdings where additional match listings or advertisements likely still exist, but in non indexed manners. Ricky Waldo matters because wrestling history is not only the story of champions and televised icons, it is also the story of working performers who sustained the industry's global reach before corporate consolidation. Ricky Waldo is evidence of black athletic labor circulating through post war Pacific entertainment networks, a Manila Singapore wrestling corridor that remains underdocumented, and the role of port cities in shaping wrestling's early globalization. Ricky's name survives in the archive, and that survival is enough to begin restoration. Ricky Waldo was there. He traveled, he wrestled, he was booked, and he was named. And that is how history begins to return. Thank you for watching and listening to Sunday Sessions 1,000 Words. This has been your Black Wrestling History Moment.
On Sunday Sessions, 1,000 Words, we always end with a game. And so you chose kayfabe or shoot. This game has gotten messy in the past. So we go back and forth. I will start. I will give you, I think we did three. Yes. So it's two things that are kayfabe and one thing that is a shoot, and you have to guess uh, which is which. And then you will do the same, and I will guess. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, ready? Okay.
All right.
All right. So for mine, kayfabe or shoot, I have wrestled in the middle of a barn. I have caught a veteran wrestler drinking vodka before our match and then trying to pass off their subsequent drunkenness as heart palpitations from a previous stroke. I have wrestled in Paris, France. Okay.
I know which one is definitely the shoot.
Okay. Okay, guess the shoot.
The shoot is definitely the drunk lady you wrestled. Because I remember that day.
I remember telling you guys about this, and I was so shocked because at the time it was still very early in my career. And so I wasn't comfortable speaking about things that were going on. But she had come in with um, a wrestler from TNA slash Impact who was known for being zooted
Oh,
often. And he had the bottle in his Jeep and she was riding with him in the back.
boy.
And apparently she had been like just taking it to the face the whole way there. And then she's like sneaking it at the venue. And I was like, are you okay? Because her face was all flush and she was red. She didn't smell like alcohol at all. Like she didn't smell like vodka, but she was like
Slurring.
lit. Right. And like slurring. And
Come here.
she was like, I had a stroke a few months back, so this is just the palpitations are from that. And I was like, my grandma had a few strokes and it didn't look like this exactly. So I talked to the promoter and I was like, hey, I'm super worried that she might have a heart attack in the ring because she said she had a stroke. And that, like, if she dies, do you know what I mean?
I'm
Like,
leaving. I'm leaving
right. Like,
immediately.
that could make me look bad. I'm legally liable for that. Like, is there anything we can do? Because I just didn't want to wrestle a drunk lady. Like, why would you do that? And, like, this lady was a part of some well known ladies' organizations from the 70s and 80s. I don't know if that's what they did during that time,
Probably.
but, like, ma'am, what is the play here? So it didn't get better because
She kept drinking.
she was like, okay, I'll still get paid, but I'm not going to wrestle. Take it up with a promoter. That's not my business. I'm not wrestling you. But I ended up having to wrestle the promoter's daughter who had trained for 6 weeks and didn't have gear. So she wrestled me in her color guard uniform. There was a lot of that going on back in the day. And the girls wrestling
I
me
know
in
a
their
couple
color guard
people who
uniform.
still do that.
Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but like that's not like Algae and Band Shop didn't make uniforms for that, but whatever. Um, but and we couldn't do anything because all she knew was an arm drag.
I mean, you can make an arm drag work.
She could not. So
I've been there.
needless to say, it was insanity. And to top it off, bro, the promoter was trying to like stiff us.
Oh,
He went ghost for like an hour and 45 minutes, which was messed up because this trip was a part of a multi-state trip
oh,
that crossed time zones. And so we needed to, be leaving by a certain time to get to another location. And it threw everything off. It was such a much. But yes, I will not say her name, but she was a time. Okay. Okay, your time. Your go. So
okay.
2K faves and one shoot.
2K faves and one truth. I have been put through a wall in a wrestling match. I have
Okay.
had a table suplexed on me in a wrestling match.
Okay.
I was thrown off bleachers in a wrestling match.
Bleachers.
Is
Yes, tell me about bleachers.
That's a kayfabe.
Oh, okay. Uh, Table?
That's a shoot.
Okay. So tell me about table then. I was like, it's got to be something extreme.
I was wrestling a good friend of me and Sorg's, Beastman.
Beastie! Oh,
And I
yay!
don't remember, like, we were just calling the match, and then all of a sudden I just remember him saying, I'm gonna suplex the table on you. And I'm just like, at this point, I believe I had wrestled
Huh?
earlier that day and had gotten completely obliterated in that match I had before that.
Oh.
So, like, I'm still trying to catch my breath and call this match, and he's just like, I'm gonna suplex the table on you. I'm just like, don't you mean suplex me through a table? And I'll be damned, at some point in that match, he grabbed a table as I'm like gasping for air trying to get up. I look up and the table's coming right at me. He fucking creeps me with it. Picks it up, throws it over his head back, and just crushes me with a table.
And Beastie's strong. Like, Beastman's not, that's not like a light fellow. So the
Yes.
power behind that, I'm sure, like taking a table, like, oh, what the fuck?
I
Oh my
remember after
gosh.
that match, we went to the Moose in the South Side and like had a way few too many drinks. And I go home and I wake up because I got cut up in this match on my back. My kid puts his hand on my back trying to wake me up, and I jump up screaming. And he's like, Dad, what happened to you? It looks like you wrestled a bear. I was like, it was something like that.
Pretty close, son. Pretty close. Oh my gosh. I never went to the Moose. I didn't get to go there. I went to one place where there was a Confederate flag in the ceiling, and I remember looking up while I was drinking, like, oh, you guys have these here too?
I remember
I have some wings.
I think something saloon out in like it was like 20 minutes from me. They hit me up to go. I'm like, oh hell yeah, I'll go. I remember pulling up, and the building right next to where the venue was has Confederate flags hanging on the building. I'm just like, I literally texted him. I was like, yo, where the fuck you got me? I swear to God, like, first person gets crazy talking to South Show Raz again, I'm dropping him. I'm not even playing. I'm not even going to give him a chance.
It's so random because, like, being in PA is such an experience of there's so many cool people. And then there's, like,
y'all know
random
y'all from the North, right?
Of, like, right. I'm like, y'all remember, y'all.
Which makes me laugh about West Virginia.
Didn't win. Why do y'all have... Okay, sure.
My favorite fun fact. Do you know Pokemon is older than the Confederacy?
Pokemon is older than the Confederacy?
Yes.
Is this true or
facts.
Is this AI info?
No, this is facts. The Confederacy, I believe, only lasted like 24 years, and Pokemon just celebrated their 25th anniversary.
Pokemon! I love it.
Yeah, the South won't rise again, but Pikachu will. Shut up.
I love it. Honestly, I wish I was allowed to have gotten more into Pokemon. My family thought they were devils. So I was... All that aside.
It's totally witchcraft.
But I'm still like behind on the lore. I still don't even know all these things to my big age because at the time I was told that they were devil creatures and I wasn't allowed to associate with them.
Every time I hear somebody say something like that, I immediately think of the Water Boy.
That was basically my upbringing, not with my mom. But
I like Vicky. She's not the devil. She showed me them boobies. I like them too.
One of my aunts was convinced that Harry Potter was gonna like turn me to Satanism or something.
No, it just had you looking like a dork running down the street with a broom between your legs.
Okay, anyway, Quidditch and riding a broom is awesome, and brooms.
But not when the brooms don't fly.
Efficient means of travel. Okay, listen, it's called imagine. You know what, bro? I'm not gonna get into this with you because imagination. Okay. Imagination. All right.
Imagination.
If I could go to the African version of Hogwarts, I absolutely would go. Okay. Teach me all of the ways to be.
Instead of Hufflepuff, it's Umfufu.
Ravenclaw, set us free. Like
it would literally be Legends of the Hidden Temple. That would be Harry Potter if it was in Africa.
No, they have a whole thing. They got a whole. You must not have played the game. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it with you, but it's very cool and it's very
about
like
the Grand Theft Auto Harry Potter game, that Hogwarts Legacy.
Yes.
It's Grand Theft Auto, but with a Harry Potter paint job.
Are we ever gonna get the next Grand Theft Auto?
I'll probably get married before GTA 6 comes out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I will have literal children who can go and do life, and I don't even want kids, and then the game will be there. Like,
The day you announce it, it's like GTA launches.
right, and then GTA, Ronnie drops a baby, GTA drops the game. Like, we're off topic. I'm not having any babies. Don't, no.
Don't you put
Anyway,
that evil on me, Ricky
focusing
Bobby.
on wrestling. You said what?
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Right, don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby. Okay, bro, please, thank you so much for being with us. Please tell everybody again your socials and where they can find you.
You can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/thebroanomaly. You can find me on Instagram and X at Brohemoth TFB.
Bro, thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks
Guys, make
for
sure you
having me.
go
It's been
follow
a
and
blast.
support. Yes, it's always a blast and it's always so much love. And thank you for being here. Ladies, ladies, and gentlemen, that concludes another incredible Sunday Sessions, 1,000 Words. I hope that you have enjoyed getting the opportunity to peek behind the curtain into the lives of the professional wrestlers that you love. Sunday Sessions, 1,000 Words is airing all February to celebrate Black history and Black wrestlers. So make sure that you tap into their socials, support independent wrestling, especially in your area. And as always, come right back here next Sunday for another incredible episode. We'll see you then.
Later.